Hello and welcome back to another episode of Not Being Funny with me, Emily Moores. Happy New Year, guys! What the hell? It's 2025. How exciting! I'm here in my new. I got these for Christmas. They're not very Christmassy at all. I'm in my new PJs from Boohoo. They've got all fruit on, and I'm feeling bright and happy. And yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good year. I don't know about you, but 2024 for me was a good year, to be honest. It just didn't go quite as I expected in the end, but oh well, that's what life is for. Life is always changing, isn't it? So I'm going to go into that in this episode, but I just thought I'd catch you up on what I've been up to over the course of like Christmas and the new year. So I had such a nice Christmas. I went out Christmas Eve, and all over Christmas, to be fair, I had a lovely time with my friends and my family. Drank a lot, if I'm being honest. I feel like I just come from a family that drink quite a lot, French group that drink quite a lot, so the whole social aspect has just been drinking. So I'm quite excited to just not drink for a little bit, and I say that, and I'm going out tomorrow night drinking and Sunday drinking, but maybe next week will be different, hopefully. And also that will save me a bit of money, because going out for food and drink all the time is just so expensive. Like, it literally uses up all my money. I used to be a shopaholic, and now I just think I don't think I'm an alcoholic. I just think I'm go out far too much. I just tap on my card, and it isn't always the best because now I've got no money. But yeah, so I thought I'd just do this episode all about the new year and the pressures of it and just everything like that, really. Because I feel like when you go into a new year, sometimes it's so easy to be like, oh, new year, new me, big changes, all these like New Year's resolutions that everyone's setting. And to be honest, I feel like I've not like really had conversations with anyone where I was like, this is my New Year's resolution, everyone's been dead hard on themselves, where I feel like it was a big thing. I feel like it still is. It's always a big thing, isn't it, in the new year, to like set all these resolutions for yourself, things you're going to change for yourself. And even though that is really good, I feel like sometimes it does just put a lot of pressure on something. Like, I know it's a new year, but it's also just another day, and it's just a number, isn't it? The year's just a number, and like, you're not going to change yourself drastically. It's easy to say that, but then is it easy to do? So it can feel like quite a... I feel like that's why people think January is like a depressing month, because you have the high of Christmas and then the weather's pretty drab, but then you've put all this pressure on yourself to do all these things, like maybe like you really want to get into the gym and you really want to get fit and start eating healthy and things like that. But it's not just as easy as that, because you might say, oh, I want to go to the gym every day, but if you're not someone that's used to going to the gym, like, that's a big shift in your life, isn't it? Like, going to the gym every day. But me and my sister were actually talking about that yesterday. We were at the gym, and I was like, it's crazy that a couple of years ago I was so like, I want to start going to the gym every day and like making it like my routine. And I feel like it was hard at first. Like, it took me ages, but reflecting on it like 5 years on, that is part of my routine now. Like, I go to the gym not every day, but I go like 5-6 times a week, like, and that's just part of my routine, and I feel a bit lost about it now. Whereas if I'd never been to the gym, maybe like going twice a week, once a week is like a big thing. Like, my mum was really started this last year, going to gym classes, and I feel like that's really helped. So if you're looking into maybe starting the gym or something, I wouldn't see the classes as a daunting thing. I'd see them as like helpful, because I feel like most people that go to the classes maybe don't have time to spend ages in the gym, and they go to the class and it's quick, half an hour, like really works you, and then you can just go home and stuff like that. So it's just finding like actually practical ways that you can like make these New Year's resolutions happen, because otherwise if you just say, oh, I'm gonna do this and it's like out of your reach, or just something you're not used to. Like, how are you actually expecting yourself to be able to do that? But yeah, that's just my mindset anyway. But I think it's really nice to have new ideas for the year and everything like that. I'm gonna go into like what my kind of New Year's resolutions are for the year. Oh, it's just gone really dark outside. The weather has been so drab. I went out on New Year's Eve and I got literally drowned. Like, I'd fully really done myself up wearing like my little hot pants that in hindsight I don't actually like, and I think I'm gonna sell them. I've worn them twice now and they like feel like I'm scratching, like they like cutting my hands and stuff because the sequins were so sharp, and they're just like too small. I feel like I wanted them to be the same length but a bit like not as like I'm wearing tight boxer shorts. Yeah, I didn't like them that much. Anyway, I looked like a drowned rat because it was quite literally pouring down, wasn't it? There was floods everywhere. And I went to a Prees, and then we literally drove. We drove across Glossop. Glossop is so small. The drive would have been like 5 minutes, and we just thought, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it in that rain. Let's get an Uber. So that is what we did. And then we went out in my hometown, and last year I said, I'm not doing it. I'd only been out in Glossop ever once on New Year's Eve. That might have been my first time last year, to be honest. And I feel like every other time I've been to like house parties, family parties, or I've been out in Leeds, and like obviously going out in the city, really fun. But last year I went out with my friends and my boyfriend at the time, and it was good, but we both were like, no, I'm not doing that this year. And then me and my boyfriend were like, right, this year we're not doing that, we're gonna go away. But that didn't happen. So I didn't really have any plans on New Year's. So it was like me and my friends went out, and in my hometown, and I love where I live. It's so nice, and like if you could see the view that I'm looking at right now, like my window is just onto the hills, like it's so beautiful, and the town's nice. Everyone knows each other, but then that's a double-ended sword because it's just you're going out, you know, everyone. It's packed. The music was rubbish on New Year's Eve. And I don't know, if you're from a small town, I feel like you'll just get it. There's just drama, there's people just saying things, and you just think, am I at school? Like, am I back being 16 years old? Maybe. But I just thought, no, that is the last year that I'm going out in Glossop on New Year's Eve to do that. And if I'm going out in Glossop, it's like to a nice pub or something, like not just traipsing around bars that I don't even like anyway. And when I go on an odd weekend, I feel like, ugh. Like Christmas Eve, I went to the same places and it was just a different vibe. Like everyone's happy. But do you know what I mean? Like New Year's Eve, I just feel like sometimes can be a bit of like, you hype it up so much, it's going to be so good, and then it flops a bit. And I don't want that next year because I had such a good time when I was out in Leeds. I just remember that was different. I didn't spend a penny because my friends worked at Manor Hatter and they just let us bring our own vodka in, put it in water pitched on the table, and then just give us mixers all night for free. I didn't spend a penny, so that was probably why I really enjoyed it. I was probably leathered, and I was in a city centre, the city that I love, Leeds, and yeah, that was a real good New Year's. But it was like I went home at 2. I was just I wasn't feeling it, and then on New Year's Day I was just feeling a bit like ugh, down in the dumps, and I just thought no. Yesterday, the second, I thought, Emily, get up, get ready, have a shower, put some clothes on, and scrape that greasy hair back. Put some oil in it and just make yourself feel good, and then we can wash it on Saturday. But yeah, so that was my kind of New Year's Eve Christmas period. The actual Christmas period was so much fun. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with my friends and my family, and it was such a lovely time. I'm so ready to get my Christmas nails off now because as much as they're cute and everything, just like get me a plain set. because I'm sick of looking at them, to be honest. There was too much. What did I think I was doing when I picked such a bright, garish Christmas set 2 weeks before Christmas, knowing I'm probably going to have them on for 2 weeks after Christmas as well, and that it was going to be a bit like, oh, come on, it's overkill now. I feel like a huge thing for me going into the new year is that the same as every year, I've really been like, I wanna chase my dreams, acting and my podcast, and like that is like what I want to do, and I want to fully commit myself to it. And I feel like I've been saying that for the last few years. But then before that, I was at uni and I couldn't really like commit. I was at uni, I always had all this social life going on, and this last year I have just been navigating moving home. Like, that's been a strange shift. I've lived at home now for like just over a year. Um, a, well, a year and a half really. I've lived at home for a year and a half, and that has took some getting used to. I had a job which I enjoyed, but I enjoyed because I worked with my friends. I didn't actually like it. I felt so unfulfilled in my job, and I'd just been busy. I come home, I fell back in love with the boy I fell in love with when I was 17, 18 years old, and was back with all my old friends. I was really quite busy, to be honest. And as much as I've actually put myself back into acting, I feel like I just eased it in. And I've done it once a week and maybe some weekend workshops, but I've not like threw myself at it. And that's what I want to do this year. I really, really want to try get into theatre again. And that is a huge goal for me this year. Like, just take some time for myself and just push myself, because what have I got holding me back? Nothing. Like, I'm 23, I've got a very easy job doing admin. It's better than other jobs that I've had, and it's a lot better for me to gain experience, and it's a really good foot in the door, but also it gives me a lot of freedom as well. So why not take advantage of that freedom and do something with it? And I've not really got any pressure on me from anything at the minute, so why not like just go for it and really try and just apply myself to my acting and what I want to do, and give my podcast like a really good shot. Even though I've been doing it for so long, like, I feel like just being consistent on what I post and finding like the content that I like to post, rather than it being just all kind of over the place. And yeah, I feel like that is kind of a really big goal for me, because since I've been like 11 years old, even probably younger than that, I knew all I wanted to do was act, and that hasn't changed for me. Like, a lot of my friends that I've done drama with, they've kind of been like, oh, I don't really, I love acting, but it's not really my thing anymore. And I feel like a bit of a fraud being like, oh, I'm an actress, because, well, people being like, oh, what have you done then? Nothing. I'm not really. I just like do acting lessons and I do some plays and stuff. But I want to be like, no, like, I do this and I do that, and even if it's not proper, but like, I really want to try and work on getting myself that agent and figuring out how to do it, and just being proud of myself in my dreams, because I feel like I have been proud of myself, especially when I started this podcast. Like, I really, really backed myself, and I feel like this last year moving home, I haven't really applied myself to it, and I've done it kind of when it felt, oh, I've not done one in a while, or things like that. But I need to like proper apply myself to it, fit it in my routine. Like I said, like, it's got to be part of my routine, because otherwise I'm a creature of habit, and if I'm not doing it, then it's not going to get done. You know what I mean? And like, it's easy enough for me just to say it, but I need to really work at it as well. And I've got no excuses. And with the gym, it's like, again, like, I love going to the gym, but I really want to chuck myself at it. Like, I go every day, but am I like mega pushing myself in the gym? Probably not. And like, I really enjoy it, and I really want to see change in my body, and I'm not bothered about like losing weight or anything, but it'd just be nice to like, see a bit more bum going on, or anything like that, like get me some abs, or not even that, just like feeling strong, and maybe doing a high rocks, or maybe doing like a 10k. I keep telling myself I'm gonna do a half marathon, but am I? Probably not. Going on a 7k with my sister today, and I'll be able to do that. Like, I know I will. But telling myself a half marathon sounds like a long way, and I don't know if I could do it, but do I want to do it? Like, I've got dodgy ankles. I've broke one, sprained another. There's always something wrong with them. So, do I want to do that to myself and not be able to walk for like a week? Maybe not. But also, it would probably be a really big achievement, because I know last year when I went to see my sister doing a half marathon, I was extremely, extremely jealous of her. So, maybe I just have to do it. Because I told myself I would, and I just haven't really put myself into training that much. I just run here and there, and it's not my hobby. You know what I mean? Gym is more my hobby. Gym is what I enjoy. But yeah, going back to like this year, I am proud of myself, because I feel like there was several times of this year that I just felt really just like lost in what I was doing. I feel like everyone was kind of like either happy in hospitality, like the people that I worked with, or like felt content with not knowing where they're at in life at the minute and wanting to go travelling, and that's something that I want to do again. And I feel like my boyfriend was very like set on what he loves, and he had his career, and like he knew where he wanted to go, and I just didn't. And I feel like that was kind of what kind of has brought our relationship to an end now. And it was a really strange time to like end at the end of a year, when you have all these plans for Christmas, you bought each other presents, and you meant to be going away for New Year's. Like, obviously we hadn't booked it, but it was like very much in the works, like we were going away. And yeah, it wasn't very nice, to be honest. It was that last month before Christmas of you both dealing with a breakup and how to be apart, but you've not actually fallen out, and you've not fallen out of love. You're just feeling like, are we compatible? Like, are our lives matching at the minute? Is one person wanting more from another? And I feel like I was really wanting like so much from him, and he just couldn't give me that. And that was me, I don't know, that was me altering what I feel like I deserve, and also asking him to change. And why should he have to change as a person? Like, he's great as he is, and we just, our priorities weren't aligning. And that's that. Like, we still have so much love for one another, and I think it's just been such a confusing time in this like little month that we've not been together, like 6 weeks, a month, or whatever it's been, like still seeing each other, like in this small town where, yeah, we might have like met up or we've spoke, and we had such a lovely conversation on Christmas and on New Year's Day, and it's just been really nice to keep that kind of like relationship with him, but really hard at the same time, because I just, you know, each other's schedules, you know where you are. Like, I see him regularly, I drive past him regularly, like I see his family, I love his family, he loves my family, but I love his friends. Like, we all see each other all the time, and it's just, it just is what it is. It's been a strange end to the year, to be honest. But I feel like it's also nice in the new year to feel like it's like a fresh start, and that I can just focus on myself and my happiness. And if our relationship is meant to be, it will be. And if it's not, it's not. But at the minute, I'm really kind of in the mindset of, I just want to focus on myself and my happiness, and getting to where I want to be in life, and just like having fun, to be honest. Like, I feel like the last few months, like when you're kind of in a cycle of falling out with somebody that you don't want to be falling out with, and you can't even both understand why you're falling out, and you're both so upset because you just love each other, it's just a bit, it's not very nice. And I feel like you can really get in a rut of like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, like, and I'm gonna go home from this and I'm gonna go home early from that, and be in a bad mood and not eat right. And I feel like it's just nice now to just, right, Emily, it's time to just focus on yourself, just have fun, and really just reach your goals and make memories and live your life with your friends. Like, I've been really, really trying to keep busy And I think I have been, and my friend Will has been like an absolute godsend for that. Like, he's just bought a house, and I feel like I have been his annoying friend of just being like, hello, I'm here for tea. Hello, I've brought wine. Hello, I've brought food and we're gonna cook. Like, and it's been lovely, you know what I mean? And it's been really nice, and I feel like he's got his friends that he can just see all the time as well. So it has just been, it's been really friendly and nice, and yeah, I feel like I'm protective of that kind of time of my life, because like I've loved that boy since I've been so young, and he's been a big part of my life even when we never saw each other. Like, I still feel like we had an effect on one another, and then we saw each other again and we were back together instantly, and it was just like, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. So I feel like that is strange as well, because this is my first time now being at home being single, and I feel like before I went to uni I wasn't single. I was with him, and then me being at home just feels like being with him. And then maybe when I'm in Leeds, then I feel like, oh no, okay, like I went to Leeds the other week and I'm like, okay, I feel okay being on my own, because that's somewhere I'm used to being on my own. Whereas here I'm not. Like, I've always been with him, all my friends know me being with him, and yeah, it's just an odd adjustment, but also like a positive adjustment, because I feel like sometimes you just need to find yourself on your own, both of you apart, and if you're meant to be, you'll be, and if not, like, that's okay. Sometimes relationships are just meant to be for certain periods of your life and just teach you things, and like, you can still be fine. You don't have to hate one another. Like, don't get me hard, I feel like, don't get me wrong even, I feel like it's hard not disliking someone or feeling like you've got any animosity towards someone, because that's easier to get over something than just feeling like, oh, it's just something at the moment just isn't quite right or working. And I just feel like, yeah, it's just strange. But we move from that, and I feel like that is a big thing for me in this year, that I really just want to be okay with being on my own, because I feel like at uni, like, I in my head thought I was okay with being on my own, but I lived with all of my friends. I was busy all the time. Like, you're not really in reality when you're in uni, and I was dating a lot, to be honest. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, that was a really fun period of my life, and I met some really cool people as well. But I feel like I was still putting focus on men and how men value me or treat me, and whether like people want to be in a relationship with me, or and I was seeing it as a reflection of myself, I think, and I don't want that, because I know in this relationship, like, us breaking up isn't a reflection on me, it isn't a reflection on him, it's just happened, and it just is what it is. No one's in the wrong. It it's just navigating that in a nice way, and like, just seeing it as well, there's got to be better things to come. There's got to be better things to come, because what is my life? I'm 22. Like, I'm so young. Like, this is not going to be me forever, just sat in my bedroom being a bit sad. You know what I mean? Like, feeling like, what am I going to do with myself? Like, oh, I've not got a boyfriend. Well, Emily, get over it. You know what I mean? Because you're going to go out there, you're going to have a fab year. Like, I've got 2 trips planned. Well, I've got 3 in the works. 4 in the works already for this year. See, that racked up quick. I'm going Barcelona for my birthday. I'm going Bali in May. I think I'm going Albufeira in Portugal. It is in Portugal, but in June. And then I'm going Spain with my family, to where we always go. Bella Medina in September. My sister's graduating. Hopefully I'm going to get myself a good job. Like, I'm going to do my acting, and sounds like a fab year. And in that year, if I'm meant to fall in love with the same boy I already have lots of love for, then maybe. But also, if I'm meant to fall in love with some 6-foot footballer, so be it. So be it. You know what I mean? But also, maybe I'm not. Maybe this is a year just for me to be okay with being me and my friends and just loving life as like a single 20, I'm gonna be 23, but 23-year-old. Like, I'm not, my frontal lobe is not even developed yet. You know what I mean? It's not even developed, so what am I even worrying about? Like, and I keep thinking I want to go travelling, but I wanted to go travelling with my boyfriend, and like, maybe I want to go travelling with when I'm in a relationship, but no, might just go travelling. But then I'm like, but I want a career, but I want to act, and there's all these things, and I just think, Emily, just go with your impulse, just go with what you want, and just sod it, and just, I don't know, just live a little. Because I feel like sometimes I think too seriously. Like, my mum and dad are quite very forward thinking people. Like, they think logically, and they aren't very like, oh, just go, just do it, just sell your car, just do it. Like, they're like, well, you'll have to sell your car. And I'm like, well, yeah, probably would. But it is what it is, isn't it? Like, if I want to go do something and explore the world, like, maybe that is what I need to do. But maybe also I need to be okay with being at home and having fun with that, rather than thinking, oh, I need to go be somewhere else to be happy. So I don't know. That is something I'm going to navigate this year. But I really just want to try like new hobbies, just doing a lot of activities, really just being outside a lot, because I was outside a lot the last few years and I feel like it really, really made me happy. But these last few months, I feel like that could have impacted my relationship as well. Like, I feel like I've been quite like, bleh, because I'm just driving everywhere. I don't walk anywhere nowadays. I'm inside all the time. I'm sat at a desk, at a laptop, and I feel like it is quite like mind warping. And I just had a lot of access to my phone and wanting to have that like kind of constant communication with someone, where someone else was in a mindset of they're really focused on work, always outside, so having that kind of freedom of that, but also like maybe in fear of like, am I ready for this like committed relationship of we've been together for however long, and it's like, oh, is this it forever now? Like, but also I need to think for myself, it's just that thing of like not putting too much thought into like not letting go as well, because I feel like that is something I need to work on this year, is letting go. As much as I love and have so many happy fond memories with someone, if someone can't give me what I need when it's simply time and effort and a priority, then maybe that person isn't right for me. As much as they're a lovely person and I love them, maybe there'll be someone else that would absolutely give me that without me even having to ask them. Like, maybe that love will just come naturally, and yeah, so we'll see. But like I said, this year is a year for me, and not to be focusing on men and boys and that kind of all dating. I just want to make myself very, very happy and just have so much fun with my friends, because I feel like sometimes you forget like how much love there is between you and your friends. And I feel like at the minute Christmas has like really reconnected my friendship group of, even though we were all really good friends forever, but it's just felt extra close this Christmas. And I don't know, it's because I've gone through a breakup, and a few of my other friends have been going through a bit of times in their relationship, and like we've just all come close, and now someone's got a house and we can all kind of hang out together. But yeah, it's just felt really special and really nice, and I feel like that is something I really want to prioritise in this new year, like really putting effort into them friendships and people that I love, and also like not feeling like I have to people please and just go along with perhaps plans and friendships that I feel like maybe don't align with me anymore, and don't align with my life and what I like to do, and my like not even maybe morals, but like when you just feel like you're friends with people, or you have these relationships with people that you've known for many, many years, and you actually just are just friends because you've always just been friends. But I don't know, I feel like it's just important for me to value who values me and who makes me happy, and it isn't just there for you when there's just a bit of like rubbish going on. You know what I mean? Like when you got a bit of drama and people want to be your friend, but people who actually care about you and like have your best intentions at heart and know what you want, and like you just give each other the same energy, and it's just lovely, and you just, all you want is for everyone to be happy. And I feel like that is a really big priority for me this year, rather than feeling like I just have to be friends or people please or just be nice people that maybe aren't that nice to me. Another thing that I really, really want to get back into is cooking, because I feel like I've not been on my cooking game, and I love cooking. I love making new foods from like, I love making like Asian food and Mexican food and just everything like that. And that's been nice about my friend having his own house, because I feel like we've been doing a bit of cooking together. Obviously over Christmas we've both been a bit busy, but I feel like now we've decided that once a week we're gonna make food together, and this week we're gonna make like creamy pasta with like steak on it and stuff. And yeah, that's just like a nice kind of wholesome goal for me, because I really, really love cooking. And I feel like for so long, like while I was at uni, I really like, I don't know, I just enjoyed it, and it's something I did. And then when I worked in hospitality, I had quite a lot of sometimes free times in the evening, so I did cook a lot. And in my relationship, we both loved food, so I was cooking for us both all the time. And you know, when you feel like you attach something to something, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to cook anymore. Well, no, Emily, get a grip, because you like cooking, so I'm gonna start cooking. And yeah, I made a curry last night. Well, I made it the day before, but for last night. I'm gonna have it again tonight, and it was really nice. And I think I'm gonna try and make some different like Indian bits that perhaps I've not made before. Like maybe make like a biryani, or you know, something like that. I really saw this like tandoori chicken skewers with like a dal and then like a potatoey thing, and it was really nice. I went to Mowgli the other day, to die for. Like, why have I never been there? I like literally, me and all my friends at uni used to want to go Mowgli. I want to go Mowgli because they have the swing chairs and they just look really nice, don't they? And then me and my ex-boyfriend were always like, oh, we want to go Mowgli, like, but he'd been, and then we always like trying like new places that we'd never been before. And because he'd been, we'd like never gone. We went to like the place next to it and all these other Indian restaurants that we wanted to try, but we'd never been to Mowgli. And I went the other day with my friend Jordan, and it was so nice. And it was free because my old manager worked there, and she was so kind, and just, we didn't have to pay anything, and it was so nice. I mean, what is better than a free meal and cocktails? Especially like the food we got was lovely as well. We got this like roast potatoey kind of spicy thing, and then we got a potato curry, and then we got these like sticky chicken cube things, and then a butter chicken, and then roti, and then I got a spicy mango mag, which is my favourite, just favourite drink ever, and it was just amazing. It was lovely. It was to die for. And then we went Blue's Kitchen after, and it was just a really, really, really nice night. And I just, cooking's what I need to do. I've got this like big ramen book that Jordan got me once, and I think it was for my birthday last year he got it me, and I still have made a few things out of it, but it's like how to make broths, and I feel a bit gross about like boiling bones and things like that, so maybe I won't make the broths, but like they give you some good ideas of like what toppings to put on and make all things like that, because I have made a few things out of it, but I feel like ramen's like pretty self-explanatory. Like I like the thought of the book because I always eat ramen and it's like really cute, but also like I feel like it's a lot of the same thing. It was actually just telling me more facts about ramen than it was how to cook ramen. But nice book regardless, so I might make some things out of that. But yeah, just have like a really wholesome year and maybe start dancing again, because I did love dancing. And like, me and my friends are going to make a bit of a short film, so that'll be cute, that'll be nice and fun and creative. And I did send an email off to like audition for this play, not heard anything back, and I just couldn't tell whether it went through on the website properly, so I'm hoping it did, and maybe they just take a few like weeks to listen back to all the videos or days. But yeah, we'll see. If not, we'll go for another one, because theatre's just obviously really fun and something I really enjoy. And also, I've just started watching a series, and it's gonna play on my TV right now. That is turning off, because it's just changed. It just got my attention. Missing You, and it's quite good. I did watch Black Doves. I didn't get to the end, right? And I love Sarah Lancashire, but it was just a bit quiet. Everyone's speaking quiet, and like, I don't know, it wasn't gripping me. You know what I mean? But this Missing You is like really good, and it's got the main actor from Top Boy in it. Well, it's got Ashley Walters, I think he's called, or Waters, Ashley Walters. But he's like, he's not actually in it that much yet, because he's someone that's missing. But yeah, it's so good. And the main actress in it is really good. And it's got that girl out of EastEnders that got like drowned in the bath, or like she was being abused by her husband or partner or something, and she's a really good actress as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying that so far. But other than that, I've not really watched much else. My sister went and watched like Loving Time, or the new Florence Pugh film, and she said that was good. She said it was very sad at the end. But the Gavin and Stacey, I think I've already spoke about that. I spoke about it in my what I got for Christmas, but oh my god, like, I can't describe to you the way I'm obsessed with Gavin and Stacey. Like, I've watched the 3 series twice this week, and I've watched the Christmas special, well, the finale, maybe 7 times, and I've watched the making of it twice now. That was only on 2 days ago, and even that made me cry. Like, every bit of it just made me cry. Like the Uncle Bryn scene, where he's like, 6 months, Gwen. Smithy chucking himself down the stairs. Like, just everything was funny. The glasses, oh, it was just perfect. The shots, the dancing, Dawn and Pete when she's like, don't stop, Pete. Like, it was just, had me in pure stitches. I feel like it closed off everything that needed to be closed off. And just the end was so like, my heart was like, no, because we were like, there's 10 minutes left of the episode and he's at the altar with Sonia. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm sorry if you've not watched it, but like, get a grip. Why have you not watched it yet? But yeah, and then we mixed it up. We were all in floods on Christmas Day, drunk and in floods of tears, and it was just so good. So good. And I did a Gavin and Stacey quiz the other day, and I got 44 out of 48, and at like a pub quiz, and I was really disappointed, to be honest. Like, how did I get them 4 questions wrong? Because I feel like I'm a die-hard fan, and I've been really doing my research about it, about the cars, everything, like what it was going to come up with. But the question I got wrong was the actor that played, it said his name and what character did he play of Gavin's friends, and I put Budgie and it was Fingers. And another one was about a bus stop, and I can't remember what the other 2 were that we got wrong, but very disappointing at that, because we should have got them right, because me and Will were die-hard fans. But there we go, we got it wrong. You just got to take a hit sometimes, haven't you? But yeah, so overall, this new year is going to be a very, very good year. Just being happy, and yeah, just like, I really just want to just put a lot of love into things, loving what I want to do, loving to the gym, loving what I eat, and my friends, and just my family and everyone that I care about, and just travel more. And I really want to get my disposable camera back working. I might just have to get a new one because my other one stopped working. So I think just the disposables are back on the rise, because I've got these albums up above my wardrobe and they need some more filling, or maybe it might just need to get a new one. But yeah, I think that is going to be my plan for this year. See where it takes me, not put too much pressure on myself, but just be happy and chirpy and just dance through life, as Wicked says. And yeah, and I'm feeling pretty positive about it, to be honest, because if you'd have asked me a couple weeks ago, I'd have been like, this is going to be really sad. And it probably will, because don't get me wrong, breakups, as much as you might still have a lot of love for each other, but it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal, and it can feel really, really horrible, and it can suck, and you can go one day with feeling like, oh, I'm fine, like, it's all good. My dog is barking. Sorry, my dog was barking. There was someone at the door. But yeah, I feel like you can go through phases of like, I miss them, like blah blah blah, like gonna stalk this on social media, but like, what does it help? Like, what does it help? Because if you're meant to be together, you will be together. And maybe that won't be now, maybe it'll be next week, maybe it'll be in a couple of years, maybe you're not meant to be together, and maybe you're just meant to be with someone else or just on your own, and that is just fine. And that's what I need to just be fine with. Just be fine with it. Feel it when I'm sad. And like not be mad at myself for that as well, because I feel like feeling sad is very normal. Like, and sometimes it's refreshing to have a cry about something that maybe you've been trying to ignore. But we're on positive vibes. We are looking positively into the new year, and I hope you all are too. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and I'll be back next week with another one. This has been Emily Morse on Not Being Funny. Bye, guys.